public speaking isn't a special talent reserved only for the most extroverted leaders. Actually, anyone who has an idea worth sharing is capable of giving a powerful talk. And by the way, pretty much everyone has ideas that others should know. You simply have to pluck up the courage to try.
What I decided to share was an idea that anyone who felt passionate about kids and education or revolutionizing education on the continent could get behind. So it was quite a broad message around, what if we made learning fun for millions of kids on the continent? I focused on sharing about my journey, my personal learning experience, and what was missing, what I wish I had growing up and learning in rural Tanzania.
So storytelling is just a fabulous tool for introducing an idea, getting people connected to you. Our ability to follow along with a story is really deeply ingrained. And that means it's a really wonderful tool to use because you just bring people with you.
Just getting it right actually requires vulnerability, but it also requires authenticity. I think what really worked out for me was I really internalized the message and I wanted to bring it to life. I wanted to bring every word to life. And so even as I was practicing in front of people.
The key is just to build a human connection with them. Now that might be as simple as sharing an anecdote, just letting them know something about you, about perhaps why you got interested in this topic. It might be showing some vulnerability.
And here I was, as a 30-year-old, talking about finding my passion and turning it into a career.
Any humor you can do, that's really great for building that connection.
Literally, people told me, you don't talk about passion until you've made enough money.
I decided to go with a line or topic that is that is at heart for me, something that I was very conversant with. I did not want to gamble with research. I didn't want to gamble with facts and numbers that I didn't know. So I went down the lane of sharing basically what I do, the stories of the young people I work with, and how this is transforming lives. How do you speak when you're talking to a friend? How do you speak when you're talking to your family? We use a conversational tone.
Of course, I invited a lot of my friends and people that I knew, and I had them sit on the front row. Because I had my friends sitting on the first row, I every time I got nervous or I forgot something, I just looked at them and I just pretended to, like I'm talking to my friends.
It's a total trap that people fall into when they've got 20, 30 minutes to speak. They want to cram in everything that they're excited about right now. Who wouldn't?
See, if somebody was to tell me to give a 60-minute talk, that would be much easier as compared to giving a 10-minute talk.
The number one key is to be disciplined here. It's to cut out everything that does not relate directly to that idea.
Taking the time to know what you don't have to tell the audience. The story always is a means towards the end, which is the call to action, or which is the rewiring that you're going to do in someone's brain. The story itself can't be the product. It has to be a very directed idea, something that you can write with a few words on a page, instead of it being something that's all over the place.
When you've planned your talk, cut it in half. Cut out half of the topics that you plan to talk about and just make yourself ask again, what is the key thing I'm trying to say here?
If there was a headline after your TED talk the next day, what would it look like? What would those words say?
Sometimes you can make your point, you can communicate your idea, not so much by explaining, persuading, telling stories, just by showing. Just describing a picture, your picture of an alternative future that you think is exciting or inspiring in some way.
And so as we think about unlocking potential for ourselves, for our young people, for our children, let's not condition them to look outward, but condition them to look inward, to tap into who they are and bring that self into what they do every day.
Okay, what are some of the innovative solutions out there that are trying to address these problems currently? And then just kind of brought people to this place of, what are the possibilities if we did more?
And if you can get someone excited about a different future like that, That is so thrilling. That is really thrilling to see. And that is, again, that is how change happens, when enough people share a common vision about a different world than the one that we're in right now and act to achieve it.